What's up, everybody? This is Mark with Waist Deep Wade Fishing, Southwest Florida. Hope all is well. Things are good here, and today we're going to talk about some very, very important things that have to go on in order for you to be successful to catch snook on the beach on the West Coast. So I'm going to start it off with 4 tips that will guarantee you to at least get bit by a snook if you follow them. So the first one we're going to start off with, and it's the most important, is tide. Okay? Now, if you are at a small pass and you're fishing, if you have a beach with a small pass or a small drain, by all means, fish the outgoing. You know, I love fishing, the pass mouths on the outgoing tide because it's pushing all the bait out. But let's just say in this scenario, you're just walking the beach, okay? You're walking the beach near, a huge pass. What is the ideal scenario for that? Well, the first thing you want is an incoming tide. You want to get there 2 to 3 hours prior to the high tide. That would be tip number 1. You want to, on the West Coast, work the beaches for snook on the incoming tide. Tip number 2, and very, very, very important. If you're going to be working an incoming tide, you definitely want the wind at your back. And the reason being is you want to walk down the beach and you want to sight cast. You want to be able to see the snook in the trough lines. So if the wind is at your back, okay, and you have cover behind you, that means the water is going to be still. It's going to be calm, and it's going to give you the ability to focus while you're walking down the beach on the shadows and the outlines of these snook cruising up and down the beaches, and then you can throw at them. Number 3, and this is a huge one. If your feet are in the water, you're too close. Okay? You do not want to be anywhere near that trough line. And the reason being for that is you'll spook the snook that are running up and down the troughs feeding. There's a reason why they're doing that. Okay, they're feeding in those troughs because those waves are coming in and breaking. Okay, or even if there's just a little rumble on that trough. Okay, that bait gets pushed into the trough, it gets disoriented, and that is what's pulling those fish up and down that trough line. Okay, when that wave breaks, the bait fish get tumbled all around, the snook come in for the kill. Now, while they're doing that, if you're walking down the beach and you have the sun at your back, you're going to cast a shadow. Those fish will see that shadow and they will spook off. So you want to try to stand as far away from that water and still be able to throw into that trough line, okay, at those snook without those snook seeing you. And the last important fact, and if you follow this, you're definitely going to hook into a snook. Use the correct type of leader. Okay, I see a lot of people out there throwing 60-pound, 80-pound leader. Listen, that's too much. It's going to spook the fish. 20 to 30-pound leader, excuse me, maximum. 10-pound, 20-pound braid. I use 8, but that's the max that you need, and then go up to a 20 to 30-pound leader. Mono or fluorocarbon. I use fluorocarbon. Once in a while, I'll use mono. And I also wanted to tell you as well is I'm giving you a little bonus footage today. I'm going to pull out the beach stalking snook box. I'm going to show you everything that I've been using right now in Southwest Florida on the West Coast to hook these snook. So without further ado, we'll begin. We'll start off with the soft plastics. I have not been using crazy colors, believe it or not. Very, very simple. I've been using the Saltwater Assassin, 4-inch in white, on an eighth of an ounce jig head, a Texas Rattler jig head, or a 1/4 ounce Texas Rattler jig head. If that doesn't do the trick and I need something a little bit more spicy, well, then I'll move over to the DOA Cal 3.5 inch with the chartreuse tail. These are the only 2 paddle tails that I've been using since the snook started coming on the beaches. And we've been getting them. The last soft plastic that we use is the Bubba Clucker mullet. And the 2 colors that have been doing it for the trout and the snook have been the purple and the new penny. And this is more of a curly tail. It sends off a lot of vibration because it is a double tail. If you do, or if you are interested in taking a look at their products, I will leave a link in my description where you can click on it and you can go ahead and get yourself a pack of chicken boy lures. But again, the only other colors that have been working has been the purple and silver with silver flake and the copper penny. Now let's get into the hard baits. We'll start it off. I haven't been really doing well with topwater along the beach at all. I'll show you what I've been throwing, but I haven't been getting any blow-ups on them. I've been using sheep pups because we have been having a little wind, and now the wind is laying down. So I was using the sheep pup, the chartreuse with the silver bottom, and then I was using the yellow with the copper bottom and the red head. And the reason for the sheep pup is that high-pitched rattle, that calls them in. But I haven't had luck with those. I've been using them, but I haven't had any luck. Next, I was also throwing, the famous and infamous Heathen Super Spook Jr. In bone. That didn't do anything either as well. I've been trying to get him on top, and it's just not biting. But what has been successful has been this little Mirror Heavy Dean. And it's almost got like a cream top and a blue iridescent foil on the bottom with a cream and orange bottom. I have picked up a few snook on this. This is a sinking Mirrodine. So it's a twitch sink. It sinks about, I don't know, an inch a second. That has been very effective. I've caught a bunch of snook on that. I've also been throwing spoons. Spoons. And the 2 most effective right now, actually the 3 most effective, I should say, have been the silver with the red top Aqua Dream in a 1/4 ounce with the barrel swivel attached. The next one would be the Aqua Dream white with the red eye, 1/4 ounce, again with the barrel swivel. And then the last one would be the good old gold spoon Aqua Dream 1/4 ounce barrel swivel. All 3 have produced snook. All 3 are magnificent on the beach when throwing in the troughs. It puts off a ton of vibration, and as if you didn't know, well, I'll tell you, snook hunt with their lateral lines. Okay, they're not a big smell. They don't use their nose so much to hunt. They do use their eyes, but they have that big line on the side, hence we call them a line sider. Well, that line has millions of microscopic hairs and can pick up vibration a long way down the beach. So when you're throwing baits, you want to throw something that's going to make a vibration, that's going to bring attention to the bait and bring the snook to attack your lure. And then last but not least, something I haven't used in years but recently started, and I jumped 2 snook with them. I was throwing them a couple years back, but I decided to go out and buy one and try it, and I ended up hooking 2 snook. A 1/4 ounce bucktail. It's a little bit on the smaller size, and yeah, if a big snook hits that hook, he's probably going to bend it out. But for the snook that are 20s and 19s and 22s and 23s that are eating the small bait, this is magnificent. So I highly suggest putting this in your box. And that basically is going to sum it up. This is what we got. This is what I've been using over the last month out on the beaches, stalking those snook. And you've seen the videos. I haven't put any 40s out there yet on video, but they're coming. So I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing, being a part of the Waist Deep family. And I'll see you guys out on the next video.